out to Money Brown, man. Respect Junior. My boy Money Brown, he get a lot of money, that's why I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Yo, what's going on out there, Fight World? It's your boy Money back with another one, man. And this one here is on Jermall, the Hitman Charlo, going up against Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. You know, WBC versus WBO world champions. Now, I mean, now everybody know Maul, Mel, you know, they've been trying to get, well, I ain't gonna say been trying to get Andrade for a minute. We all know we've been wanting this fight for a minute. You know, Maul is at 160 now. He been trying to get Triple G. He been trying to get Canelo. He been trying to get Andrade. He just been trying to get that big fight, that big marquee fight to show that he is the real deal at 160 pounds. You know what I mean? To show that he is elite fighter. You know, a lot of people got a knock on the Charlos where we seen Mel, he faced the best of the best. But a lot of people haven't seen Maul face the best of the best. You know, some good competition. You know what I mean? With Corey Ball and Brandon Adams. But you know, we are looking for that big time name to put him over the hill and say, you know, Jermall proved who he is. You know what I mean? Demetrius Andrade the same. You know, if we had to pick between who had a better resume, I think Jermall might outdo Andrade. But we know Andrade, you know, one of the most skillful 160 pounders out there. You know, like I always say, I believe he do got the skills to compete with anybody at 154 to 168. You know what I mean? Andrade, he's a bad boy. You gotta give him his credit. The boy tall, lengthy, know how to box, you know, got some good defense on him, and he can bang at times. But the thing is, he haven't had that marquee fight neither. We all know he supposed to have the Billy Joe Saunders fight. We all know what happened. Billy Joe Saunders popped dirty, fucked around and messed the fight up for him, but he still went on to, you know, conquer the WBO world title. You know, so right now he is the champion at 160 with the WBO. Jermall is the champion with the WBC scrap. And now it's time for these dudes to get it on, man. You know what I'm saying? Maul and fucking Andrade is the fight at 160 pounds. You know what I mean? That's the fight at 160. You know, Maul got the power, got a strong boxing stance, great jab. We know the Charlos got great jabs. You know what I mean? We know the beef there with the Charlos and Andrade. You dig? Salute to my bro Stay Ready, who did a hell of an interview with Andrade old coach, who said that boy committing suicide if he get into the ring with Jermall Charlo. And he did it with, the interview with one of the strength and conditioning coaches who took up for Andrade, saying that he will beat the shit out of Charlos. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, this fight needs to happen, bro. It needs to happen. It's way overdue. You know? And Maul ain't begging down from nothing. He want the smoke. He ready to show that he is the best at 160 pounds. And I'm quite sure Demetrius Andrade feel like the same. You know what I mean? They saying they sent the offer. Eddie Hearn saying he sent the offer over for Demetrius Andrade to fight Jermall Charlo. You know, talking about a $7 million offer, if I'm not mistaken. You did, but we have to see the paperwork. I'm quite sure he said he showed some of sending the offer, but he never showed the numbers. You know what I mean? He never showed the numbers. You did. And while he doing that, we all understand that you just can't send over an offer to the fighter. You got to send it to Al Heyman, the advisor. You know what I mean? So he can look over it and Jermall team, his management team, and everything to make sure everything is on the up and up. You dig what I mean? But nonetheless, this fight needs to happen, bro. You know what I mean? Demetrius Andrade, like I say, one of the baddest dudes in boxing. We got to give it to him. The boy stay in shape. The boy long and lengthy. The boy know how to fight. You know, and his name is growing. I got to give it to him. His name is growing. Could be bigger, but nonetheless, it's growing. You know? But now it's time to see who is the best. You know, we know Canelo supposed to be at 160. We see he at 168 right now. You know, Triple G, he not trying to fight these boys. He trying to chase the Canelo check. You dig? Devrchenko out there, he's a great name. But nonetheless, the fight that's going to get us the fans up off our feet, out of our seats, and have us paying for some shit is Demetrius Andrade and Jermall Charlo. We will pay for that fight. You know what I mean? I feel like that fight is a pay-per-view fight. You know, if it don't happen on the zone. But if Andrade come on over to the PBC Fox side, come on now. Who won't pay for a Unification Middleweight Championship fight between two undefeated fighters, two of the best in the division, and you can stack the card. You know what I'm saying? And you can stack the card. But this fight needs to happen, man. It need to manifest some way. It need to manifest some way. You dig? Not by Eddie just saying he's sending a contract. Look for a counter offer. You know what I mean? But we know Demetrius Andrade coming out talking about these boys afraid of him. They don't want to fight. We seen Jermall tell this boy to pull up to the wild to fight. They can fight then. You know, but we want to see it in the ring. Enough of the animosity shit. It's time to get it off y'all chest. You dig? And we all know at 154, Jermall and Andrade was supposed to get it in. But we all know Andrade pulled out of the fight. And now we had got the reason from the strength and conditioning coach saying Jay-Z told him to pull out the fight because he go buy him out his contract. You dig? But my thing with that is you cannot sign a contract saying you about to fight a man. You know what I mean? Then say, you know what, fuck it. Since this guy told, he just came and said he's going to give me a better contract and go back me out, I'm going to pull on out. You know, not saying his intentions weren't good and maybe he can pull out and try to negotiate for bigger money. But nonetheless, bro, you signed a fucking contract. You got to fight. You signed a contract, you got to fight. You dig? And guess what? The Rock Nation shit fell through. So now they done took money off the table. They done took a big fight off the table. You dig? And you done took money out the Charlo's mouth. I mean, out of their pockets to feed and food out of their kids' mouth. So I feel like that was just wrong on Demetrius Andrade's side, so he got to take that hit. You dig? And anybody else saying that he's not wrong, you're fooling yourself. You dig? You can't sign a contract saying you're ready to fight. And we all knew the fight was signed, sealed, and delivered. You dig? And he bagged out that bitch. So he got to take that hit. That's on him. He the reason why the fight didn't happen. And I'd be pissed off if I was the Charlos as well. I would be pissed off as well. And I'm quite sure that's where the most of the animosity come from. Because they felt like he ducked them when they supposed to have their marquee fight along with him having his marquee fight. Because at the time, they was both stepping up to the plate. And they was both each other's toughest opponent up until that day. You dig what I mean? So right now, he at 160, he with the big bro Maul. And it make all the sense in the world, man. It make all the sense in the world. Like I say, both of them top athletes, both of them stay in shape, both of them some bad motherfuckers, both of them undefeated, both of them world champions. You know, so it make all the sense in the world. Y'all not getting Canelo and Triple G, Derevchenko out there. Y'all probably can get him. But still, even if one of y'all ice him, y'all still a champion. So it still fall right back on y'all. And I'm not saying if y'all can't make the fight happen with each other, don't go fight Derevchenko. Because I had Derevchenko whooping Triple G ass. That's a fact. You know? But I feel like both of y'all there with them titles. And it, like I said, it just make all the sense in the world, man. It just make all the sense in the world. When you look at the 160-pound division, it ain't that stacked to where we can say, oh, we want to see this fight in that fight. You know, Danny Jacobs still there. You know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken. I think he just had his last fight at 168 against Chavez Jr. You know, but he still can come back down to 160. I don't know what he doing. You know, so, and he don't look like he want to fight the Charlo or Andrade his damn self. Jacobs, he chasing the biggest bag. You know, he on some Mikey Garcia shit. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, Demetrius Andrade right there, Jermall Charlo right there. Y'all boys got history. Y'all got history. You know what I mean? And y'all can sell that shit. And we know the press conference gonna be on fire. Fire. And I believe Fox would promote that shit better than the Zone, in my opinion. You know what I mean? We seen what they did with Tony Harrison and Jermall Charlo. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to come down to who's going to make the best offer, who's willing to take the chance. Both of them got to be up and willing to make this fight happen. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's how we can get this fight, man. You know? But I do want this fight. And it's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight. If Maul can get in there and cut the ring and force Demetrius to sit down and bang with him, you know, Maul got the better power. He can end up, you know, clipping Demetrius Andrade, putting him down, or just beating him in a banger. You know what I'm saying? Do Demetrius Andrade get in there, use his legs, work off his jab, you know what I'm saying, try to get to the body, utilize the ring, you know, and turn that bitch into a boxing match in his favor and outpoint Maul on the cards. You did? But I'm not saying Maul can't punch. I'm not saying Maul can't box, and I'm not saying Andrade can't punch. But we know both of their strengths. Maul is coming to you like the bull, and Demetrius Andrade gonna be the matador. So Maul got to find a way to chop off the ring and force him to fight, and Demetrius got to find a way to make Jermall follow. You know, and I think both of them good at what they do. You know, I think both of them good at what they do. You dig? That's what's gonna make it one hell of a fight. One of the best fights of the year, actually. You know what I'm saying? Could be fight of the year. You know? But nonetheless, man, we need this fight. It's a unification fight. I feel like it's well overdue. It's time to put up a shut up. You know? The Charlos and fucking Andrade, the beef been going on for too long. Now it's time to settle that shit. Now it's time to settle it. So like I say, man, with this corona shit going on, I hate speaking on the corona almost in every video, but we don't know when we gonna get back to reality and real life. But when we do, we need to jump on this bitch right here. We need to force them to make it happen. That way we can see who the best of the best is. Point blank period. Point blank period. Until then, this your boy Monty. This the NSBC moving. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. It's in the description. And I'll be back with another one, family.